So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the Christmas market see a plunge in trade due to post-Brexit red tape, and this is a good example of really, small businesses, small traders struggling because of Brexit, because they typically bring things in from Germany. I think that's where a lot of these traders are from. So the number of businesses taking part in the UK's Christmas markets has slumped by more than a fifth since Brexit has emerged, with some of Britain's biggest cities hit hardest by the decline. These are some older articles I'll be covering over the next few days, just because I want to clear them out because I've already scripted them. There will be 21% fewer traders at the first post-COVID markets this year compared with pre-Brexit numbers, local authority figures shared with the Independent show. You would think that the Christmas markets would ramp up as this is the first pre-pandemic, post-pandemic year, you could argue, but you'd be wrong. UK capital saw some of the steepest downturns, with Edinburgh's flagship Christmas market expected to see around half as many traders this year as before the UK left the EU. London's West End reported the largest decline of all of those surveyed, collapsing from 247 businesses trading in 2019 to just 119 this year, a decline of 51%. The internationalist campaign of Best for Britain, which obtained the figures from more than 50 councils following a Freedom of Information request, said it was clear that post-Brexit red tape was a major deterrent to seasonal traders coming from EU countries. I also wonder, would they have to set up VAT accounts with HMRC as well, which would be a nightmare. Normally the traders are from Germany. I do wonder if the traders would face visa issues, but the real issue is traders normally bring things to sell from their native countries. In the case of Germany, they'd bring German beer, sausages, that type of stuff. They would face vet checks as well as customs checks. Now it's not clear if the UK actually does full checks on these, but EU traders would need customs papers and vet certificates, which would be expensive. I'm not well versed in the exact papers they would need, but they're not cheap to get. This adds more cost to the traders, cost they may not be able to recover from trading. Leeds was forced to scrap its Christkindlmarkt, my German coming through there, this year, with organisers citing post-Brexit costs and complications affecting traders from Germany as a main factor in the cancellation. While other factors including increased energy costs and roadworks are having an impact, leading market organisers say the industry has been hit hard by post-Brexit bureaucracy. The energy costs would be prohibitive, with the UK paying the highest energy costs in Europe from some of the recent numbers I've looked at. Also the fact that we're outside of the EU's internal energy market, which I don't see a lot of people talk about, which I need to look a lot more at that, I'll be honest. Mr. Hartwell noted that because of arrangements set out in the Northern Ireland Protocol, traders from the EU can more easily operate in Belfast than in cities in mainland Britain. Belfast's Christmas market bucked the wider trend by growing 15% compared with 2019. So I guess the visa stuff may not be an issue, it's just customs and vet certificates which they would not need if they're exporting the goods from Germany to Northern Ireland, if they're going directly, not via GB, for example. Christmas markets contribute up to 500 million in direct spending across England and Wales in 2017, according to the Local Governments Association, and that money is good for local economies. I remember going to one in Birmingham, I say a few years ago, it's more like 10, when I was still in school. The donuts were pretty good, and it will be a while till I get to eat a Berliner, apparently, a donut, before anyone thinks I want to eat anyone from Berlin. I'm not a cannibal. But yeah, donuts in Berlin, pretty solid from when I went there, even though they were vegan donuts. The Boston cream, 100%, real good stuff here. Real good stuff. But you can see, it's costing local economies a lot of money. The tourism it brings in, I don't know if a lot of tourists from the EU would come to these Christmas markets in England or in the UK, for example. But I know that, I'd happily go a town over to check them out. I was going to go last year, but it just kind of snuck away from me. So I might go this year, depending on how it looks, because the ones in my town suck, but the ones in Birmingham are quite good, so I might check it out. But there won't be as much stuff there, and it'll be fairly limited compared to how good it was, kind of post-Brexit or pre-Brexit, which is just a shame. But anyways, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.